guys, it's your girl Tracy, and as you can see, I am back at home. I know y'all gonna curse me out. What happened to Brooklyn summer? Brooklyn summer still happened. Like, summer in New York was awesome, okay? I was gone for 5 weeks. I cut my vacation short by 1 week. I was supposed to come back Labor Day weekend. But I'm surprised I lasted as long as I did, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought I was gonna make it in New York probably 2 weeks, and I was there for 5, okay? So I am back home. I'm going to get into everything that I did in New York throughout the vlog and just share like how I'm feeling. But first, real quick, have y'all ever went out of town and then you came back home and you're like, damn, I don't have nothing? Y'all, I needed to, when I came back, I had to go pick up Duke from my mom's house. I had no gas. I had to put gas in my car. My full size products that I use like on my face and all that stuff, I had ran out of everything, like literally, and I had used all my travel size items when I was in New York. So on the way back, I was like, oh, I got it at home. Y'all, I just got ready to go take a shower. I was like, I ain't got nothing, y'all. So I'm gonna sit y'all over here. We gonna bring y'all up. So I had to go to Sephora, and if you, I don't know if you guys can see, but y'all see my edges? Yeah, the gray started coming in, I would say the last 2 weeks while I was in New York, and I was like, no. So I went to Sally's, and I got some jet black dye, because tomorrow I'm gonna make it hair day. I'm just gonna really try to like find my rhythm. You know, I'm gonna dye my edges, I'm gonna do my hair. And this is the sew-in that Amber had did a while back. So I'm gonna wash it, I'm gonna do everything myself. But just really quick, this is the dye that I use. I go to Sally's, I buy the Ion Jet Black, and then you have to like mix it with a developer. And this is the only dye, honestly guys, that really take away my gray hair. Unless I go to, who is this? Unless I am in New York and I go to Daisy, which I did see Daisy when I was in New York. She did my hair while I was there. Unless I go to Daisy and get my hair dyed, jet black, it don't work on me, y'all. Like, look, I'm just a young 36-year-old out here. So my grays, I need something strong. So far, this is the only product that is known to really wipe out my grays, right? So I'm going to dye my leave out, and then in my weave, in certain hints of light, I can see that the color faded. So I'm gonna just go through the weave a little bit and put some dye up in there, whatever is like left over, so I can, you know, I can get back right. I was like, I don't have none of my face stuff, right? And it's about to be the first of the month. Like, rent is due, everything is due. So I bought mini size everything, because that's what I do when I have to make my shit stretch. Because it was like, it's so much money about to come out, and there is another life update I have for you guys, but I don't know if it's gonna make it into this vlog. But yeah, so it's a lot of money that's gonna come out in the month of September. So I was like, look, I'm just trying to get by. So I bought the travel size version of my Skin Barrier Moisturizing Cream, and my Paula's Choice Exfoliant mini size baby. It will do the trick. And then a lip oil. So I wear the Haus lip oil at night. So mini size by the counter. So this stuff, I already have like some face wash, but I was like, I just need a little bit to like make it. And then once shit calm down, then I can go and do my normal Sephora haul. Because a lot of the stuff that I wear on my face, it's a lot, y'all. So I got my dye, I got my mini Sephora haul. And then what else? Oh, I went to TJ Maxx because it's all in the same class. At TJ Maxx, now I'm a perfume girly. I like collecting perfumes and all that stuff. They had some perfumes that was out, and I saw this on TikTok. I just be scrolling. If I like a video on TikTok, I'm a double tap. And when I saw it in TJ Maxx, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I saw it before, so I sprayed a little bit on me and it smelled great. So I think I'm going to try this out as a shower perfume or my night perfume, because I have perfumes for different things. I have like my gym perfume, the perfume I wear after I get out the shower. So I was like, I'm gonna try that and see how I like it. And it was really affordable. It was $16.99. So I was like, oh, I can do that all day. What else they had at TJ Maxx? They had this little set. Now this is a 2-piece set. Now I'm in Houston right now. It doesn't get cold for us till probably sometime in November. It's gonna get a little cool around Halloween, but to start wearing turtlenecks, move, dude. To start wearing turtlenecks is gonna be November. I saw this and I was like, this is really cute, and it was $40, $39.99. I was like, yeah, this is real cute for when it started getting cold outside. This is a cute errand outfit, or if I have dinner or lunch plans, I can throw this on real cute and look put together. So I just saw this and I was like, I'm gonna keep that in the closet. And then I bought some new pajamas. I'm a pajama girly as well. So just this cute little pinstriped pajama set. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. And then that's it. Because I was just walking around, because as soon as I landed, I was like, okay, I gotta go get my dye for my edges. And then everything is like all in the same plaza. So I was just walking, honestly, guys. But I'm really tired and I'm about to take me a shower, brush my teeth, and I just want to watch like some Tubi movies tonight, okay? Let's sit down and have a little chit chat. So one of the things that I will share with you guys is that coming back to Texas from my time in New York, I feel so much lighter in my spirits. And it's really because I did a lot of journaling while I was in New York. And I was just like, I'm in a space where I'm no longer looking at my move to Houston as a punishment, or I'm no longer looking at it as a step backwards in life. I was just like, you know what? I'm here in Houston. I'm gonna make the most of it. Maybe I just needed to be in a space of isolation to where I can just focus on myself. And I told my friends it was like my 3 F's: faith, fitness, finances, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be more positive. And being in New York this summer, I really needed it. Like, it was a lot of moments, and I didn't vlog while I was there. I'm not even gonna hold you guys. Like, I'm gonna insert some clips from some TikTok videos I made while I was there, but I didn't vlog because for a year, almost a year now, I've been in a space where I haven't really been surrounded by friends. I've been dealing with depression really bad. So when I was around like my friends, and these are my core group of friends, my inner circle, I was just in the moment. I was in the moment. We was having fun. We was giving life updates. We was crying. We was laughing. And every time I wanted to bring out the camera, something very intimate was being shared. And I was like, I'm just going to be in this moment. I've never had an opportunity to where I can go to a friend's house for the summer and escape some of the problems and shit that I'm dealing with in life. So I did not vlog during this trip. Like I said, I did like little videos for short form content for social media, but I did not vlog. And I'm really sorry about that, guys, but I had to do that in order to come back better. Like, even the way like how I'm acting now, I feel like I am more of the old Tracy, right? But just more boundaries included this time. But anyway, I really needed the trip. It was amazing. So I do a prayer call during the week. And so on my prayer call, I was like, I just really hope that this feeling that I have is not something that's temporary. It's not going to leave in 2 to 3 days. Like, I really want it to be like just permanent. And I know like we still have bad days here and there, but I really want to be in this space that I'm in. And earlier when I made it home, when I tell y'all, I was like really like not giving a F like prior to me leaving to New York. It don't matter what I was walking Duke in. Like in my mind, it's like, okay, I'm going downstairs, like F everybody, like I'm finna walk my dog, I'm finna come back upstairs. Y'all, I was wearing shit with holes in it. I mean, not big holes, but it was like if you got close enough, you'd be like, oh, she tacky. So I came back and I was like, I'm throwing all this shit in the trash. I did a whole sweep like the feds. Like I came in, I started throwing stuff away. And yeah, I don't know, I just feel I'm in good spirits. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about New York throughout this vlog, things that was happening. Child, give y'all some tea, some doors that was closed, some doors that was open, and then I don't know if my life update is gonna make it into this vlog, but I did make some decisions while I was gone that I'm going to start implementing now in my life. So I landed, I had to go pick up my house plants from my sister's house, and one of my plants did die. Rose died. So she was like a gloriosum, or is it on the screen? Put it on the screen, girl, because I don't know how to pronounce it. But that's the type of plant she was. She's the one who died. But my elephant ear and my other plant did phenomenal. Like they got real tall. So those did good. Duke is overweight. Duke head looked like the Men in Black when the guy was trying to squeeze out of his body. I'm like, my baby is going on a diet, okay? Speaking of diets, I lost 12 pounds while being in New York. Okay. I was moving. I was walking my ass off because in New York, you gotta walk. We're gonna keep that momentum going. And yeah, I'm just in a happy space, guys. I feel refreshed. I just wanted to give you guys my little mini haul I just went through. So I don't really have any plans. I'm off work this week. So yeah, I don't know what this vlog is going to be about, but we'll make it work. Okay? All right. Want to watch Mickey Mouse? So it's much later in the day. It's like 5 o'clock, I think. I went and got my eyebrows threaded. Can you guys tell? What's it given? And now I'm finally about to dye my edges because I really want to do something to my head. I'm trying to be more mindful of how I walk around because I was just scrolling through my pictures while I was in New York, and I was like, girl, you really have not been given a book for this past year. So I'm trying to change that. So every weekend while I was in New York, I did something. Baby, I love you. I love you. Yes, I do. That was the first weekend in New York. The second weekend in New York, we went hiking. Sometimes it's soft as a misty rain that gently touches my soul. There goes the fire that burns in me, and I simply lose control. So just rain down on me. That was a lot of fun. Afterwards, we had dinner in town near the train station. We had some drinks. We shared a spinach and artichoke dip. That was really nice, right? This is where the aha moment for me came into play when we got back to her place in Brooklyn. So one of her guy friends was like, hey, there's a barbecue going on tonight. Y'all want to slide through? So at first, me being old, I was like, girl, I don't want to slide through to no barbecue, right? And she was like, oh, let's just go. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll go. I went to the barbecue. When I tell y'all, I had such a good time. I'm gonna let this sit for a second because I think I mixed it. I had such a good time, y'all. It was just backyard barbecue vibes in Flatbush. I saw this one cute guy. I was like, oh, he kind of cute. And I felt really pretty, and we were just having like old school fun. And when I say old school fun, it wasn't all formal, like there was no sections and all that stuff. It was like a bunch of people coming together to have a good time. It was a whole vibe. And in that moment, literally at one point we were standing around, and I'm a people watcher, so wherever I go to places, I stare at people. I try to see what they got on. I try to like see how they interact with other people, you know. So in that moment, I was just having such a good time, and in my mind, I was like, Tracy, everything's gonna be okay. I don't like literally like that's what I felt in my spirit. That's what I heard. Like, Tracy, everything is gonna be okay. I have been carrying this huge weight since I relocated from New York to Houston and wondering if I made the right decision or not. And so I was using this trip to really gather like my thoughts and really not necessarily run away from my problems, but to really be without a lot of responsibility that I feel like I've been faced with since I've been in Houston. And in that moment, it literally came together, and it was like, you're gonna be okay. Like, you're gonna be living back here again. You're gonna be surrounded by your friends again, and it's gonna be okay. Like, just chill out. In that moment, I felt just so much like, I just felt free. I felt relaxed. I was like, oh, okay. And when I started dancing, I started having fun. I was eyeing old boy I thought was cute. I didn't get a chance to talk to him though. He was one of the hostess of the barbecue. So he was busy entertaining his backyard guests, but he's a friend of a friend. So I enjoyed myself. I really did. I enjoyed myself. I had a good old time. And I was just like, in that moment, I was like, child, I'm about to be young again. And I just want to make sure that I don't feel old or anything, but it's very rare nowadays that I have to just let my hair down, right? So I was just dancing, I was having fun, I was mingling and everything. And this heifer, Janae, she was like ready to go. She was like, oh, I want to go. And I noticed that every time I was having a good time, she wanted to go home. So I was like, girl, I ain't ready to go. So I made her ass like stay there until I wanted to go so we can, share the Uber. And then when we got home, we was like just having fun, in her elevator, taking like Instagram photos and everything. It was just such a vibe. And from that weekend on, because that happened my second weekend in New York, from that weekend on, the rest of the trip was amazing. This trip for me confirmed just a lot of things in my life, and a lot of doors that I was like keeping cracked open, I closed. Just where I am in this moment of time, I'm like, girl, like it's going to be okay. My core group of friends are located in New York. These are friends that I went to college with. I've been knowing them since I was 18 years old. Like, we've been friends since freshman year. I'm talking orientation college. So these people know me, I know them. We're able to be very transparent with one another. And it was just such a good time this entire summer. And like I said, I apologize for not vlogging, but every time I wanted to like whip out the camera, we started getting personal in the conversation to the point where the material that I had at one point, I couldn't even use it. Even with music over it, it didn't make sense. I just needed really to be in the moment for my own mental health, because I knew that the time in New York was going to pass by so fast. I just wanted to like soak up every moment. Anyway, what else? We spent the day in the Hamptons. That was nice.
Star, star. お金稼ぐ俺らはスター。お金稼ぐ私はスター。スター、スター、スター、スター。キラ、キラ。私はスター。
And the Hamptons is a whole vibe. But I will say this, you can't go to the Hamptons and expect a turn up. The Hamptons is very much a turn down, right? You have to be a part of a country club, a social club in order to really get that type of life. So the friends or the people that you go with is what's going to make the trip. So we did a day trip because the Hamptons for us was only like 2 hours from the city, right? Or a little over 2 hours depending on where you live. So for us, we left real early in the morning. Half of us caught the charter bus down, and the friends that drove like had met us there. And we just spent the day. We went shopping. We tried a bunch of different food places. We walked around. We were taking videos. Like we went to an open art gallery. That was so much fun. And then at the end of the night, we drove back home. I did a Korean bathhouse with my best friend, with my college best friend. That was a lot of fun. That was my first time ever doing one. And when I say, I was like, okay, girl, I'm gonna drop the towel and walk around naked. I walked around naked, okay? My college best friend and I started the day with iced chai lattes and some almond croissants, best in years. Then we headed over to the Island Spa and Sauna. This is a Korean bathhouse. This is my first time ever going to one, and it was a 10 out of 10, guys. This is my walk to go get naked and jump in the hot herbal bath. I really enjoyed it. This is the co-ed space with sauna domes. We had a refresher and we sat down, had a good kiki, spilled some hot tea. Then we did a couples massage upstairs. I was folded like a frog and my back was cracked, okay? I fell asleep in one of the saunas. We did 2 saunas before I tapped out, and I was like, look, girl, it's too hot. It's 165 degrees up in here. We headed over to iPick to see It Ends With Us. I accidentally bought 2 of these damn shakers. Couldn't get my money back, but the movie was great. Oh, I got a boy update for y'all. So my old building had like a barbecue. This particular neighbor, she's real cool. I don't really know her too well. We used to see each other when we would walk our dogs and our dogs would sniff each other's butt. I saw her at the barbecue. She was like, let me introduce you to someone. This is a cousin of mine. I was like, let me introduce you because I can't remember if my cousin lived in Dallas or Houston. I was like, okay, cool. So I'm following behind her, right? And I'm thinking I'm about to meet a female. And she walks up to like this group. So people like had lawn chairs and all this stuff. Let's call him Macadamia Nut for the sake of the video. So Macadamia Nut stands up. She calls like, hey, Macadamia Nut. So he stands up and I'm looking at this tall thing stand up. And I was like, oh, hi. And so she was like, I want to introduce you to Tracy. She used to live here. And he was like, oh, okay. And so we shake hands and everything. Yeah, he was like, so where do you live now? I was like, oh, I live in Houston. So he's like, oh, I live in Dallas. He was like, okay. And so I was like, oh, okay. So she was like, yeah, you know, she don't really like it out there. So I figure I'll introduce you guys. You know, y'all see if y'all want to link up. I don't know how far is Dallas from Houston. So I'm looking at her. I was like, oh, girl, you being fresh, okay? And she give me like a wink. I'm looking at her like, girl, I did not ask you for this. The last thing on my mind is some damn boy. So he started moving real fresh. Real fresh, y'all. Started talking with the talk, you know? And he's giving me Dominican, right? If Macadamia Nut is not Dominican, then he's Puerto Rican. He mixed. He one of those, okay? So anyway, so Macadamia Nut, he asks for my phone. I give him my phone, y'all. I'm noticing that he saves a contact in my phone. So I was like, okay. I was like, well, I'm about to start heading back. Nice to meet you. So I walk off. I ain't studying nobody. I walk off, y'all. So I'm sitting back with like my old crew. I'm sitting with them. And so I see him like walking around. So I didn't think anything of it. So my old neighbor calls me. So she was like, like, Tracy. So she holds up like this red cup. So I walked towards her and she was like, oh, he made us some drinks. So he hands me a drink. He was like, oh, I made y'all some margaritas. You know, we got liquor over there. So I was like, oh, thank you so much. This was really nice. So he was like, yeah, no problem. So he was like, did you text me? He was like, text me so I have your number when I go upstairs. So I go to text him, y'all. He only puts in his first name in my phone. I was like, there's no number. But mind you, when he says this, he walks off. So his cousin, my old neighbor, is standing next to him. So I was like, I can't text him. He only put his first name in my phone. She was like, oh, we finna go back. So I'm looking at her like, bitch, is you serious? Like, I ain't trying to go back, you know? So she like damn near hauls my ass. So I follow behind her. We go back up. He was like, something wrong with the drinks? I was like, oh, I said, I went to text you so you can have my number, and you only put your first name in my phone. He was like, oh, you know, I messed up a little bit, you know, here you go. So he puts his number in my phone. So at this point, he's standing around trying to hold a conversation. So I'm like, okay, Tracy, be nice, right? And again, there's really nothing wrong with macadamia nut. I'm just not in a space where I like men right now, right? Not that I like girls, but I'm just not looking to be bothered by a man, you know? And if you feel me, you feel me. So anyway, so he stands up. I will give him this. Brother is like 6'5". He was getting real tall, okay? He's like asking me questions like where I went to school. He tells me where he went to school. And so then he tried to like drop it. He was like, yeah, I used to play ball overseas and stuff. And so I just, you know, I snickered a little bit because it's like, okay, it was nowhere in the conversation for that to come into play. So you just wanted me to know. So, okay, noted. Do you play ball now? Is the ball in the room with us? So I was like, okay. So I was like, so what you do now? So he was like, oh, you know, I moved to Dallas and I do such and such. I was like, okay, cool, you know. So I'm looking at him. He's just standing up. He's really tall. So I was looking at him. He was talking and I was like, mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, he seems decent. I don't want to be rude. There's no reason for me to be rude. So I was like, okay, whatever. Let me just summarize the rest of what happened. I walk off. We exchange goodbyes. Whoop-de-whoop. He texted me. He was like, no disrespect. No, he said, pleasure meeting you. I text back, hey, it was nice meeting you too. He was like, no disrespect, but you was looking real good in them jeans. I responded back, thank you. That's all I did. I just said, thank you. I said thank you. After that, he waited an hour. I guess he wanted something else from me. He was like, yo, did you take a pic? I was like, no. Then he responded back with a sad face. Like, even if I did take a picture, you thought I was going to send you a picture of my ass and some jeans? Like, no. He sent back the sad face. I ignored it. So around 9 o'clock, I'm gearing up to go to the block party that I was looking forward to, okay? Because I really had some like unfinished business at this one. So I'm gearing up to go to that block party. He texts me, what are you doing right now? I did not respond. That's none of your fucking business. I don't never tell people what I'm doing right now. Nigga, living my life and I don't know you. I didn't respond. He sent back 3 question marks. I left his ass on red again, right? I go to the block party I was looking forward to. I may save that for another story time. But anyway, I go to that block party. So the next day I wake up. So this dude texts me, good morning. I didn't respond right away. I was really busy. At this point, I was in Home Goods. And whenever I'm in Home Goods or TJ Maxx, I be living like my best life. So I didn't really respond, right? So when I got out and we was in the Uber, I texted him. I was like, hey, I'm not a texter. So unless you're immediate family, and you are someone that I'm waiting for from information, there's a 6 out of 10 chance that I won't respond, because I'm a demon is not important. And that's just me being all the way real, y'all. I can't text anymore. I'm not a texter anymore. So he didn't respond. That was on Sunday. He didn't respond on Monday, which I was like, okay, cool. Like, I don't have to worry about him anymore. Child, Tuesday, why this nigga sent me an audible message? I was like, oh, he sends me an audible message talking about, yo, so if you not a texter, how is a man supposed to get in contact with you? Like, am I supposed to call? Am I supposed to FaceTime? How am I supposed to reach you? This man is 40 years old. If a woman tells you she's not a texter, you mean to tell me you don't know what the next step above text messaging is? Child, I left it right there. Till this day, this nigga is still texting me and not getting a response. Now, my uncle said I'm being too difficult. I was like, I'm not being difficult. He's trying to go against my boundaries. I told him I'm not a texter. And he's trying to make me become a texter for him. I'm not doing it. Told my uncle, leave me alone. But anyway, you drop that down in the comments. You tell me if I'm being too hard on this man. But yeah, I'm not responding to him, and he's still talking to himself. That's pretty sad, because that block party was like 2 weeks ago. Hey guys, so I don't know the last time I talked to you. I think it's when I did my hair the other night. Let me tell you, it's Monday, it's Labor Day. Y'all, I've been asleep for like days. I like woke up one day, my mom was like, oh, come run some errands with me, and I did that, and then I slept again from that. I think it's honestly because when I was in New York for those few weeks, I was constantly moving. I was always doing something. I was meeting up with friends, preparing to meet with friends, coming back from meeting up with people, or working, because I didn't take off work while I was there. I was still working. So I just feel like my body like crashed kind of, in a sense. It's like have a sit down. Right now I am headed to go get my nails done. Before I went to New York, I had went to, like, in a rush, I had went to this nail shop that did like this grand opening. And guys, as soon as I got to New York, I was only in New York for I think 4 days before my nails started breaking. But anyway, let's head to the nail salon. Let's get these nails fixed. And then the dye that was on my nails finally came off after a few days. So let's go ahead and get this taken care of. And let's see where it leads us. But I think it's going to lead me right back to the house.
Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. Been gone for a year, only know like once. Life moves fast when you do what you want. It's time for what I want. Hope you know what you want.
No, thank you. I don't need your help. Thanks for helping. Hey guys, it's Saturday. I am headed to take Duke off to daycare, and then me and my mom are going to have a mommy daughter's day. Kylie is out of town, so she can't come with us. And so I was supposed to go to boot camp this morning, and I have story time of how I busted my ass chasing Duke yesterday. So like my knee is like skinned. This is my shoulder right here, because I fell and I landed on my right side of my body, and this is really sore. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to skip boot camp this weekend, but next weekend I'll be back. But I was like, because it just happened at like 1 o'clock this morning, because y'all, for some reason, Friday nights going into Saturdays, he like walks the bed a lot, and whenever he does that, I know he either has to go out or go get some water. So when I noticed it, I woke up and I took him outside. He used it, and then when we got back inside, he kept like sitting at the edge of the bed. So I was like, are you thirsty? Like, what's going on, y'all? So I put him on the floor so we can walk and go get some water, because he's scared of the dark. So if I don't actually walk with him to the water bowl, he won't move. So he stopped walking in the living room. So I was like, okay, dude, like, I'm tired. I don't feel like doing this. So I try to like play with him to get him to like go to his water bowl. So usually I'll like chase him and make him like, you know, chase him around the living room or something. I know, a lot for a dog at 1 o'clock in the morning. But when I did that, y'all, I started running in the kitchen, and literally when I led with my left foot, and the left foot like swiped my kitchen rug from literally underneath me. So when I tried to like put my right side down, like the whole house shook and everything. Yo, I was like, I know my neighbors are so sick and tired of my ass, because I fell hard. And then I felt a lot of air on my knee. You know, if you ever skinned like your elbow and your knee, it feels really windy, okay? So I was like, oh my God, is it bleeding? So when I touched it, I didn't feel blood. And then my shoulder started hurting real bad. So I was like, did I pop something? Is something sticking out? So when I reached to my shoulder, when I saw that everything was like still intact, I sat on the kitchen floor and I like cried laughing for like 30 minutes. I am so sick and tired of his ass bothering me on Friday nights. It's ridiculous, because it's like always something with Duke Friday going into the weekend. So I was like, you know what? I need an off day, and I don't want him to sit at home all day. So I'm gonna drop him off and go pick up my mom. I have my book club meeting tomorrow, and I did not start the book. So I got the Audible. That I'm going to hit play on. And yeah, y'all, let's enjoy outside today, because it's really pretty. This is the first day that it's been sunny like this since I got back from New York. It looked like it was windy, and I put on this hoodie, and when I went to walk him, the wind wasn't moving as much. So I was like, we just gonna press on throughout today, because I'm late. It's already like almost 10:30 a.m. and I'm like, you know, I want to get my day started. I want to get it started.
That day you got at least 1,000.
Don't be a hater, Michi.
I think that's why we were to